Hello, good afternoon once again. Good afternoon, Tanzania. Good afternoon, Africa, and all over the world. Welcome again in my program of Sport Point. And this is AFROTURK TV presenting from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. My name is Margaret Mtanda. As you know, in Sport Point, we are discussing about sports development in Tanzania, Africa, and all over the world. Today, we came at golf launch here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, Masaki area. We met the very important person, the investor who came to invest golf and support development of golf sport in Tanzania. He's going to introduce, and we are going to talk a lot, to discuss a lot about golf sport. Welcome, Mr. Ali.
Thank you very much. My name is Ali Mamdouhi. I'm one of the investing partners here at the Golf Lounge in Masaki. I am an expat here in this beautiful country. I was born in Iran, raised in the States, and I've been here for 2 years now.
Now you are here in Tanzania. You have invested in this golf launch so that I see people, they can easily come when they have maybe problem of rain and etc. Just tell me what motivated you to invest in this golf launch here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania?
So there were actually multiple factors that led to this investment and this opportunity, namely the weather being one of them. Whether it's too hot, it gets dark relatively early here. The rainy season can be pretty long and a lot of rain. And just in general, there's a limitation of golf courses in this area. So we just thought we would usher in a new era, a new opportunity for golfers to expand the game.
Well, how are you in touch with other leaders golf here in Tanzania, like Lugal Golf, Arusha?
Yeah, so luckily I've been very fortunate to be sort of taken in by the local golfers here. So the community is relatively small, whether it's here in Dar es Salaam at the two courses that we have at Gymkhana and at Lugalo as well, or in Arusha. There are three clubs there, with Moshi, the one at Gymkhana, Arusha, and also Kilimanjaro. And I've gotten to know a lot of the leaders in these golf clubs and a lot of the players that are very influential. So that's the avenue that we've taken in.
Can you tell us, because you invested in something that maybe you have a very big experience with it, are you a former golf player?
I am. Actually still currently playing, not at a professional level, but I'm a very avid golfer and I've been playing for a long time.
Okay, well, tell me how most participants who are coming to enjoy this golf launch.
Yeah, so we have had an array of participants so far, some beginners, which is a great sign. We're trying to develop the game here. We've had some youth come in, which is also great. That's really the future of the game here in Tanzania. We've had some seasoned players as well, so some players that are good golfers, mediocre golfers. We've had a couple pros in here as well, local pros. So it runs the gamut. We've had a lot of different skill levels come in.
Okay, how are your engagement with Tanzania golf players?
So we're primarily engaging, so most of it was through the network that we had initially. We're using social media. We're advertising in a lot of places where golfers frequent. And that's primarily a lot of the network that we've created here is primarily the way we're getting the word out.
Okay. Well, how do they participate? Your timetable per week, per day, how do they participate on this launch?
Yeah, it's a good question. We have a website that's up and running. We're on social media. All the hours of operation are on there. Essentially, you're booking a bay for an hour at a time, for up to 4 hours if you wanted to. You can play as an individual, you can play as a 2-ball, 3 or 4, and sometimes we even have tournaments where 8 players are playing over the course of 5 hours on a single bay. So the options vary, and there are a lot of them. So.
All right, you are from Iran as your introduction. What pushed you to invest in Tanzania?
So yeah, luckily I'm fortunate enough to be here for a few years now. I love it. I think the culture is great. I think the people are fantastic, and there's a lot of opportunity for growth as well. So that's what really attracted me here.
Can you explain to us how golf sport is benefit around the world?
Yeah, so golf, in my opinion, is probably one of the best sports to get into at a young age, even at a middle age, or as an elder person, as a retired person, because you can play it for a long time. You're out in nature, you're walking around, you're still playing a sport. It's entertaining, it's healthy, and it does occupy a lot of time. But sometimes we have, a lot of time on our hands. So, especially as you grow older.
People, are they enjoying to play golf sports?
Golf, generally speaking, is a love and hate relationship, right? Because it's a very difficult sport to play. But once you engage in it, you become almost hooked immediately. And you can play it for a long time. And some of the times that you have out there with your comrades and other players are memories that you'll have for the rest of your life. And I think there are very few sports that rival that.
Okay, that was my first session of my program of Sport Point, which is presenting here from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And this is AFROTURK, and we still have the conversation with Mr. Ali, who is investing here in Tanzania from Iran. And now we see golf sport is going to change day by day. Before they have been playing all in the ground, but now this introduction of golf launch is going to bring more interest for Tanzania golf players. Welcome again, and we continue with our session. My eyes. Okay, tell me, how do you see the environment of Tanzania and DC sports golf?
The environment, as far as growth, I believe there's a lot of opportunity for growth for this game here. The neighboring countries have advanced a lot more than Tanzania has in this game. Whether you go to Nairobi, Uganda, Zambia, Rwanda even has a pretty robust golf course now and a big program that's growing. So I think the opportunity is here. I think the economy is starting to advance here as well. And I don't, I think golf is really seen as a, sort of an elitist sport where it's too prohibitive for a lot of people to get into. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. So, if we can get individuals, if we can get the youth started early and developed early, then I think we can advance the game here.
How the connection do you have of Tanzania and East Africa?
Tanzania and East Africa.
Yes, for this launch golf sport.
Yeah, so this is actually, one of the few golf simulator lounges where essentially you're playing a virtual game of golf, in East Africa. So I know there are a few in South Africa, maybe Egypt, Morocco, but just they're very scarce in this area. And I think it's a great opportunity, especially with the advancement of the technology. The data that it provides for golfers and beginners, I think, is invaluable.
Okay, investment and goals and expectation. What are your investment goals for the golf course, and what kind of return do you expect to see?
So yeah, like I mentioned to you before, this is more of a passion project here. I think growing the game and investment and sponsorship and development is more for the Lugalo and the Gymkhana clubs, where hopefully the more golfers come through and become passionate about the game here, and then those two clubs can invest into those programs and get the youth involved there as well.
Okay, when you have this kind of launching, right? You must have a lot of planning, like a financial plan. How do you plan for this, and how do you have maybe any supporters who are supporting you, or it just for your own?
So yeah, we have a few partners here that are that are doing other businesses in Tanzania, and no, like I said, it's a passion project. It wasn't something that we created in order to blow the roof off with revenue. It was something that we just wanted to, we're passionate about the game, and we wanted to pass that passion on to other players in this country.
What the experience have you got since you have started in this golf sport?
Well, I'm learning. I'm learning a lot about the environment here in Tanzania. Obviously, coming from the U.S. and also where I was born, it's a very different environment. So yeah, I'm learning as I go on a daily basis. I'm learning about Tanzanian time, which is usually about half an hour after when it's supposed to be, and I'm learning the culture a lot as well. And like I said before, I'm very glad to be here, and I'm really enjoying the culture of the Tanzanian people.
How are the market analysis and the trade uh, people engagement in how do you participate, payment, and etc.?
Yeah, so the market, as I mentioned to you before, is a relatively small one now, right? So our objective is to really create and expand the market. The more beginners we get in here, the more people we get involved in the game of golf. That's really our objective is to amplify this sport in this area where I think there's a lot of opportunity for more players.
Okay, existing strategically and the long-term plans. What is your long-term plans?
So yeah, hopefully, if this works out long term, we would like to open additional locations where we can provide this service. Whether it's in Arusha or another location here in Dar es Salaam. Um, Ones I don't, wherever we find that there is enough of an opportunity to continue growing the game
How do you collaborate with your partners?
with my business partners. We collaborate. We talk probably too much to each other. They're good guys, and they're a wealth of knowledge. They're both businessmen, so we all sort of bring a little bit of something to the table.
Okay, that's very good. In the future, do you have any plan, maybe preparation of any tournament of golf game?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've already started doing some tournaments here. We want to do team events. Here you can play individual games out on the golf course, but team events in this environment are a lot more enjoyable from what we've discovered. So whether it's over a couple of days or maybe just an afternoon or on the weekend, we're planning to do a lot of tournaments here. Some for charity, and some just for the enjoyment of the participants.
Okay, which kind of tournaments have you ever introduced? Like youth tournament or, the age?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we're about a month old, so it's a little early in the game to have a lot of experience with it. We have a lot of opportunities in the pipeline that we're trying to address now and get on the schedule. The summertime is a little tricky here. Some people are traveling, the kids are out of school, so they might not be around. But we're looking to do something after the summer ends for the kids.
Do you have any supporting government in Tanzania about the investment you have?
So we haven't really approached that avenue yet. I know there's the golf union, union here at TGU, Tanzania Golf Union, and there are some other opportunities that might exist there. But like I said, it's down the road.
For your experience, can you tell us a little about golf history?
The history of golf, wow, I could talk about that for a long time. But originally, it started in Scotland. I think there were some bored gentlemen that decided to start this game, and golf is played over 18 holes, where it could take up to 4 hours to play. It's a time-consuming game, but the history of it is rich and it's poignant, and I believe carrying on that tradition here in Tanzania is going to be imperative.
All right. What do you tell people of Tanzania and maybe other people from around the world who are coming in Tanzania about this your golf launch here in Masaki, Dar es Salaam?
Yeah, so I think I think we've done a good job of basically introducing this new era, this new generation of golf. With our virtual games, we can download thousands of courses around the world. So you can come in here and experience a course in, say, I don't know, in Switzerland. You know, you can experience a course in the United States or in Mexico or, you know, in Dubai. So that opportunity might not be present for somebody to go out and actually experience these in person, but here you can do it in a virtual setting.
Is there any expenses? Someone who want to come, like I want to go to golf launch to enjoy myself. Any cost?
Yeah, so there's costs involved. You know, but basically you're renting the bay for the hour, as I mentioned before. So depending on how many people are playing and how long you're playing for, there's a cost associated with it. Yeah.
Okay, well, apart from golf, which sports do you like?
So I follow some tennis. I follow some American sports, baseball. That's not very prevalent here. American football as well, and football obviously. So I was just watching the Chelsea game last night. So it's been a late night.
Okay, you know, in Tanzania, they like too much football, and there is two clubs that everyone like. So where are you, Simba or Yanga?
So unfortunately, I have a lot of friends that are rooting for one or the other. So I'm going to plead the fifth on this one and say I'm right down the middle. Okay.
I understand. Have you ever been maybe to any ground pitch to enjoy the football?
So you know, Gymkhana is actually now creating a practice facility for these teams. So I haven't gone to the stadium to watch any of the games. It's really on my list.
All right, Tanzania, we are going to hold a very big tournament. If you ever at this Chani tournament, what do you think Tanzania they are going to benefit on this tournament?
No, you know, hopefully the Tanzanian team itself puts up a good fight, and you know they play hard, and hopefully they prevail. If they do, that's great for the game. But I think as a whole, hosting a tournament like this is going to be good exposure for the country. Yeah.
All right. That was the conversation between me and Mr. Ali. It was very, very big, amazing conversation about golf game, golf sport, and development here in Tanzania and other countries. He shared with us his experience. Okay, now, Mr. Ali, do you have anything else maybe you want to tell fan golf and maybe your fellows, some people around you?
Just karibu sana. You know, if you're curious about the game, if you've played the game, and it's been a while since you got out and actually experienced the course, I just think it's a very unique experience, and I would recommend it for everybody.
Okay, there is other thing that maybe even me I don't know. This one maybe you can direct us at least. I can understand what is going on when you are using this ground.
Yeah, so it's a very good question. So the way that a golf simulator works essentially is you have a launch monitor, which you can see up there. That launch monitor detects where the ball is hit to, detects the velocity of it, the spin rate, the direction, a lot of different data points. And then it communicates that to the computer that's behind you. And that computer then actually communicates to the projector, and you'll see in real time where the ball is going. So just like you would out in the real world, wherever the ball travels, it's going to detect where it's going, and it'll show you that where it ends up.
Okay, so there is no different for someone who is playing here and the other person who is going around the big pitch.
There are subtle differences. You know, obviously the surface of which you're hitting the ball, it doesn't change here where it does out in the real course. You know, there's some other factors that you can replicate, like the wind and whatnot. That you can, you know, if it rains out in the real world, you're not going to feel it in here, right? So your hands are not getting wet. So there's some subtle differences, but for the most part, it's very similar. Yeah.
Can you show us some equipment which you are using in golf sports?
Yes, I mean, you know, golf, as you can see behind us, comes with a set of clubs. The golf comes with a set of clubs, balls, tees. You know, that's basically all you need, really. So the objective of the game is to forward the ball, essentially, from where you start to the hole. Right? Maybe it will be 4 shots, or it will be 5 shots, or 3 shots. And that determines the par on that hole. So you basically hit it with the appropriate club, and the ball moves forward, and then you get to your ball, and then you hit the next shot until you drop it into the hole.
Those equipment are very expensive, and where do you get it from?
So personally, I had some sets that I brought in here for people to use. Primarily, you're using South Africa, maybe Dubai, maybe UK to bring some of these things in. It's not very easily accessible here. We're ordering some kits for juniors as well, and some lefties. Some people are left-handed, so not very common here in Tanzania, from what I've found out. But we want to accommodate them as well.
Okay, maybe can you tell us like how much it costs? Like one kit. I don't know how I can explain it. How much is it?
So I would say, in terms of shilling, Tanzania shilling, you're probably looking at somewhere around, I don't know, maybe let's say 1.5 million, somewhere like that, to get a full kit. Yeah.
So every participant is coming with his own equipment, or they just found here.
So it's a little bit of both. Most golfers that are seasoned golfers are very dedicated to their kit, their equipment. They're not very likely to deviate from their own clubs. But we provide clubs for everyone else that wants to come in here, and there's some seasoned players that come in here, they just don't want to bring their clubs with them, so they just come and use ours. Yeah.
Okay, my last question is in Tanzania, how do you see golf sport is going? Is it still wide sport, or it needs more pushing to be developed?
No, absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, it's trailing behind a lot of the neighboring countries. So there's definitely a huge gap and a huge void for this sport. So there's a lot of opportunity for it to grow.
What should they do to make this sport to be big more like other countries?
Yeah, so I think it needs a little bit of push and a little bit of support from the government and from the Golf Association here in Tanzania for the youth to sort of get trained and developed early. So with this sport, as difficult as it is, it's imperative that kids learn at an early age the fundamentals of the game. And that's really difficult to sort of learn later in life and excel at the game, right? So I think youth programs are definitely going to be the number one focus if you want to develop the game.
All right, like you, do you have any program like you want to visit the schools to start teaching small kids, and then when they come up, they understand well the golf game?
Yeah. So it would be difficult to go to schools and teach the game because you need a certain setting to explain the game, right? So it would be difficult to go into a courtyard of a school and try to explain what this game is about. What I do want to do is bring kids in here to experience the game virtually and to kind of get the feel for what it's like without actually being out there on the course.
Point.
So essentially, it took me 4 shots to get into the hole. So that hole in particular is a par 3, which means you should be able to make the shots in 3. So I was 1 more than that. But so every hole that you can see on here has a certain distance, and it has a par associated with it. So whether it's a par 4, par 3, par 5, that's how many shots you're expected to get it in if you're a proficient golfer.
Okay, all right. We was just to see how this golf launch they can play. This is not different when you go to the big pitch and when you are here. They just count the point the way you play when they touch. When they touch the ball is just the same. So this is a very, very amazing golf launch spot here in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam, Masaki. Come and you enjoy. This is very good center. You cannot get any problem when you are here. Thank you very much.
So essentially, it took me 4 shots to get into the hole. So that hole in particular is a par 3, which means you should be able to make the shots in 3. So I was 1 more than that. But so every hole that you can see on here has a certain distance, and it has a par associated with it. So whether it's a par 4, par 3, par 5, that's how many shots you're expected to get it in if you're a proficient golfer.
Okay. Okay, all right. We was just to see how this golf launch they can play. This is not different when you go to the big pitch and when you are here. We just they just count the point the way you play when they touch. When they touch the ball is just the same. So this is a very, very amazing golf launch spot here in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam, Masaki. Come and you enjoy. This is very good center. You cannot get any problem when you are here. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ali, for inviting us and accept us for this conversation. I think next time we are going to meet and discuss more.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you guys coming by.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you very much, my people. Thank you. Thank you for this conversation. My program of Sport Point, which is presenting here in Tanzania. Now, at the end of this program, is the beginning of the best new program, which will come up to you. See you next time. Bye.